Hello everyone, my name is Ahmed. I'm Egyptian Australian, and I decided to record that part of the video in English because I found that none on YouTube has shown how to install the Mazdaspeed 3. We call it on Australia Mazda 3 MPS. MPS means Mazda Performance Series. But it's exactly the same as the Mazdaspeed 3 in the USA. So everyone made a video about the Mazdaspeed 3 oil pan leaking. They only showed how to take it off. They never showed how to install it back. So I already took it off and I cleaned it. As you can see, it's perfectly clean. Okay, it was already clean. And by the way, this is the first time I actually took the oil pan off since I bought the car brand new in 2006. So that's, the car has done 210,000 kilometers in 16 years, and that's about 145,000 miles. And that's the first leak. It was very tiny leak from the gearbox side, one of the long screws, that, you know, the 10 side, the 10 millimeters was leaking very tiny amount. However, I just didn't want to wait until it explode and, you know, damage my garage floor and stuff. So I decided to do it. I was a bit skeptic about how I'm gonna insert the oil pan, which is, as all of you know, jammed between the gearbox and the cam or the engine cover, front cover, which is like the cam chain cover. So I've read Cork Sports guidance of removing the balance shaft. I'm not removing any balance shaft and stuff like that. However, removing the balance shaft involves removing the oil pan and putting it back. So I studied the Cork Sport direct instructions, and I've already cleaned it thoroughly. As you can see, the most important part is you need to clean all the screws thoroughly. You cannot leave any, as you can see, they're like brand new. You cannot leave any residue of the old gasket on the screws, especially from the front. This is very important, otherwise it may crack the oil pan. Okay, so I cleaned all this stuff. Cleaned the oil pan, as you can see, perfectly. You can also see that on the oil pan I have a valve, you know, so I don't like to remove a nut to change oil, so I just left that thing like that, like this, and the oil will come down. And then to lock it, I just do it like that. Okay, so this actually made that bolt here hard because I couldn't reach it vertically, so I have to reach it with a wrench from the side. Okay, I couldn't reach it with a socket. Okay, but other than that, it's ready. Taking it off is really easy. There is no big drama here. Okay, now you need to clean that surface. You need to remove all the old gasket, of course, and it's not much. Okay, and then you need to clean it with brake cleaner so you don't leave any oil residue. And this is the gearbox side. You can see there is a groove in there, like it's like recessed about, I don't know, 1 millimeter inside. Okay, you need to actually, with a pick or something, or a small screwdriver, flat screwdriver, you need to clean this thoroughly, remove any gasket inside there, and this is going to be filled up again. In other Mazda 3s, that groove actually goes all around the oil pan. In our case, it only goes at the gearbox side. Okay, so, and as you all know, this area here doesn't take any RTV gasket, only this parameter here, and from here in the front, from there. Okay, I'm sure you all know that, and that's the tricky part, how we're gonna insert it and keeping the glue and we will see. I'm sure you will need a mallet. I tried it first with no glue. Now like now I tried to insert it. It goes not like straight forward. You need to make sure it's flat, completely flat to the engine block, and you just lift it up in like steadily horizontal, and as it starts getting jammed you need a mallet and just tiny bit hammer it from each end, one hammer here, one hammer there, until it actually is seated in. That's the plan, okay? And I'm gonna show you all that, but after I get the RTV all around here. I want to show you the engine part too. The engine also completely cleaned, all the surface here. I'm gonna do one final clean, obviously, before I insert or before I put it back. Okay, one final clean. Okay, the gasket, the cam part also has to be completely clean here, the cam cover part. Okay, I removed the oil pickup tube just to make sure there is nothing in there. I found a couple of pieces of plastic that fell ages ago, 4 years ago, when I changed the cam belt. It just fell from here and I didn't want to remove the oil pan. So this is the first time I removed the oil pan, and I found those pieces of plastic inside the pickup tube, and I was lucky that the net in the pickup tube prevented them from getting sucked into the oil pump. Okay, so I need to put the pickup tube back. Okay, do a final clean with the brake cleaner, and then put RTV only in the corner here and this part here, a bit more, like not much but slightly more than you put on the oil pan. So only that part here with a 90-degree angle here, you fill it up a bit on the corner here, and then on the oil pan I'll put all around it from 3 sides, and the 4th side from the front, and that's it. So when I'm ready to do that, I will start recording again. See you later, guys. Bye. Hello again, gentlemen. I already did the gasket. As you can see, I put a little bit more than what they suggested, just in case, because I don't want to do the job again. Also, on the far side, you have to put a bit in there, on the gasket, on the cam belt, not belt, cam chain cover. Okay, and a bit more in the corner here, and a bit more in the corner there. Okay, now I'm gonna put the camera just here. Okay, and see now if I've got the bolts ready, the mallet ready. I'm gonna put this in there. Okay. I'll do my best to lift it horizontally. Hopefully I can. Yeah, you see, it started going in. Now take it bit by bit. Make sure the gap's always the same. It looks like it's in. It looks like it's in, guys. So we'll put one screw in the middle here. Oh, it went in quickly. Awesome. There you get that. Just to do it. I'm not gonna tie it now, just, you know, not to torque yet. What the hell is it? Here it is. Not to torque yet. That's the torque one I'm using. So and that should be 10, I think. Yeah. Okay. Just to roll it in quickly. Okay. Now we'll put one from the other side. Holy shit, I need to turn this shit around. This is the bolt above the valve that I installed to replace you know, the sump plug, to make it easy to change the oil, because I change the oil a lot, guys, like every 3,000 kilometers. But it went inside easy, guys, no problem at all. So you can do it. I guess if I can, I'm 57 years old with heart condition already, with one heart attack 7 years ago. So fuck, my glass is just foggy. Okay, now the long ones. Still see it watching, guys? It's easy job actually. Now after doing it, I can tell you it's not that hard. You can actually push it in there. The leak was coming from here, by the way, from that long bolt here. Just give it a tug. Now the 4 big ones. Perfect alignment. It went out really easy, aligned perfectly from the first go. I'm really happy and delighted, guys. Really delighted. I have an oil catch can too, guys, here. Okay. But look how clean my engine is. I've seen a lot of Mazdaspeed 3. They're not as clean as my car, to be honest. And then that one. Just give it a bit, not much. I'll do it with to torque later on. Okay, now we do the front cover. Easy, all online perfectly. Again, give it just a tiny bit of guys, that's it, it's done. And I don't have not much like flooding out, so I put the right amount, a bit from here, but that's okay, not much even. You can see it perfect. I'm not gonna clean the extra, just leave it there. So the recommendation from that RTV that I used, which was where Anyway, I have it somewhere. Obviously, here it is. That's the one I use, ultra black gasket maker from Permatex. Okay, they said you just tie it with hand and leave it for 1 hour, and then after an hour tie the whole bolt to spec, you know. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll wait for an hour and then tie it back, but everything is perfect, guys. It's an easy job. I have the torque wrench ready too, so that's it. And then I'll wait 24 hours before I put oil. Okay, after 1 hour I'll tie the whole bolts to torque, 3 different type of bolts, the cam cover or the front cover, the 13 bolts, 10 millimeter for the pan, and then the 4 bolts for the gearbox or the transaxle. Okay, after 1 hour all these 8 and 21 bolts will be tied to torque, and then I'll leave the car for 24 hours, and tomorrow I'll put the oil. So I want the whole RTV to completely cure. Alright guys, it's easy, and don't be scared of doing it. I was really horrified to do it. In fact, I had a chance to do it 4 years ago when I changed the VVT. You know, the issue that we had with the VVT valve here. So I've changed the whole and the chain and everything, and I dropped a plastic piece into the pan while I was removing the oil pump chain. You know, the chain guide for the oil pump broke, and pieces of plastic went into the oil sump, so oil pan. I was scared to take it off because I wanted to stay like the, you know, the manufacturer seal. So I decided to leave it. When I took the oil pan today, 4 years later, I found those pieces of plastic sucked inside the pickup tube. Okay, but the net prevented them from going into the oil pump. So I was lucky. I removed all of them, of course, and now I wish I did the job when I was doing the cam chain. Obviously I was stupid, but I was just scared to do it. And today I was really horrified getting ready for the last week to do that job and picking up information, reading the manual and stuff. But now after it is done, I can tell you guys it's actually simple. The most important part is when you push the pan up, you make sure it's horizontal and stick it to the gearbox side as much as you can. Make it parallel to the gearbox side, the flat side, and then slide it into it, and make sure that with the gap between the pan and the engine block is equal. And with the mallet you can push it gently from all direction. It's gonna go in, and it was perfect alignment. I didn't even need to move it left or right or that way or horizontally, you know, just to align the bolts. Everything was aligned perfect. Okay guys, I encourage everyone to do it if you need to do it, and don't let the oil leak, you know, stuff your garage and all that shit. I will obviously, the perfect test will be after I put the oil and drive it for, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4,000 kilometers, and see if there will be any leak or not. Alright guys, enjoy and have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.